Salutations, cadets! I am your Commander Pika. This guide will go over how you can tackle the Glassway GM Nightfall in Season of Plunder. If you're watching this in a future season, most of the strats, subclass choices, and exotics should stay similar, to substitute with weapons that match the seasonal champion artifact mods. Additionally, this and future activity guides will highlight two main build specs: what are the minimum qualifications and choices a player has for the activity, and the maximum spec. So for this Nightfall, the Glassway GM requires ownership of the Beyond Light DLC, so minimum spec is all free-to-play weapons and exotics, as well as gear from Beyond Light. Maximum spec goes under the assumption that you own all DLC. The final caveat, all weapons and gear must be currently obtainable in the game, so no rotated out or event weapons. The video will be divided into loadout recommendations and a walkthrough of this strike. If you need easy and free weapons to obtain, click the link to see all currently available free-to-play weapons and sources. With that, let's get started. For the GM modifiers for Glassway, besides the traditional GM ones, you have Arachno, Vandals spawn web mines when they are killed, Chaff, so no radar, 12 Overload and 12 Barrier champions, Solar and Arc shields, and Void Burn. There are only a handful of shielded enemies, 3 Solar Heavy Shanks, and 8 Arc Harpies in the boss room. So you have the choice of either fully going Void for your weapons to maximize burn, or having people on each element. Besides that, remember you don't have to personally rock all champion mods. It's a team activity, so it's okay to divide up the work. And it's alright to rock double primary weapons, just know it'll be a bit slower of a time. And make sure to max that resilience and slot in Void Resist to help with damage mitigation. For our minimum spec, exotics worth considering are Arbalist, Hardlight, Tiku's Divination, Skyburner's Oath, and Thunderlord. For normal legendary weapons, let's go by champion type. Barrier weapons, you have Come to Pass from the Gift of the Thunder God chest, which is amazing. Amit AR2 is a quick grab, Vouchsafe or Staccato 46 are solid, and then 7th Seraph Carbine, Herod C, Persis D, and Nightwatch are great if you need kinetic slot options. And with the Barrier Sniper mod, I'd recommend Silicon Neuroma or Long Shadow. If you've raided, Succession is easy the king of aggressive PvE snipers in my eyes, where Defiance of Yasmin is a solid backup. Overload picks are Point of the Stag, Strident Whistle, Arsenic Bite, or Lunalada. I don't really recommend machine guns because of the lack of damage against the champions and bosses, but you wanted to, 7th Seraph Saw or Corrective Measure are good options. Otherwise, Arc Overload grenades from the artifact are great picks for stunning, ad clear, and damage. To round things out, Taipon 4FR is your go-to power weapon to take advantage of Void Burn. For subclass and exotics, let's go character by character. For Hunters, Void and Arc are your best friends, but any subclass will work. If rocking Void, you have access to Omnioculus for damage resist and Team Invis uptime, Graviton Forfeit for longer Invis duration, or Orpheus Rig, either with Deadfall for more Tether uptime, or Mobius Quiver for that extra bit of damage against beefy targets. With Arc 3.0, Shinobu's Vow paired with Overload Arc Grenades and the Jolt Fragment are great for dealing with adds and Overload champions. Otherwise, Solar and Stasis are solid options, opt for neutral exotics like Frosties or Aeon Swift. Much like Hunters, Titans should lean toward Void or Arc. For Void, rock Armamentarium for double debuff grenades, Crest of Alpha Lupi for healing, or Aeon Swift. I recommend Banner Shield over Bubble for more maneuverability, but if you choose Ward of Dawn, then Saint 14 is also an option. If you're more comfortable with survivability, then Arc 3.0 is great. Armamentarium with Touch of Thunder Aspect, Spark of Magnitude, Storm Grenades, and Overload Arc Grenades. You now have an ad clear and champion destruction tool. Max out that discipline and resilience for greater uptime. Choose Thunder Crash as your super, Towering Barricade for more cover, and your choice of Seismic Strike for maneuverability or Thunderclap for more damage. Otherwise, Stasis and Solar Titan are okay options, just limited potency with minimum spec exotic armor. For Warlocks, Stasis is amazing, otherwise Solar is a safe pick. 3 main exotic armor choices: Eye of Another World for passive cooldown reduction, Stag for damage resist, and Starfire Protocol for Solar. 2 fusion grenades as pocket heals, or could risk it and rock Empowering Rift for more damage. Stasis Warlock with the Bleak Watcher aspect and Whisper of Durance is great for crowd control, so I highly advise it to help lock down rushing champions and wyverns. Otherwise, for all characters and classes, having someone rock Aeons for more heavy ammo is always appreciated if it doesn't interrupt your build. Let's get some weapon loadouts before we discuss the maximum spec options. If running no exotics, then Sniper plus Energy Bow plus Taipon Linear Fusion Rifle. If you'd prefer running double primaries for champs, then go Kinetic Bow plus Barrier Energy Weapon like Come to Pass or Amit AR2. For optimal builds using an exotic, then Arbalist, a Bow, and Taipon, or anything, Tiku and Taipon are great picks. If you really want to be adventurous, you can substitute Typon for a void rocket like Royal Entry, but that's only if you have an Aeon user for heavy ammo and if you have someone with Gallarhorn. Moving on to the maximum spec, players that own all DLC, this opens up more options for an easier time. Exotic weapons like Witherhoard, Wishunder, Trinity Ghoul, Laymanarch, Symmetry, Divinity, and Gallarhorn all make for easy picks. And for exotic armor, hunters could don Caliban's Hand or Six Coyote, Titans I'd advise Lorelei if electing to rock Solar, Ursa Furiosa for Void, Heart of Inmost Light if you want to dial Arc 3.0 up to 11, or Hoarfrost Z for Stasis. And Warlocks, Osmiomancy for 2 Stasis Turret Buddies, Phoenix Protocol for well chaining, Secant Filaments for easier overload stuns, and Controverse Hold for more uptime on debuff Vortex Grenades. What I'd highly recommend, a Divinity user so you can instantly nuke the Overload Champions and Wyverns in the boss room, Gallarhorn if electing for the Aeon Rocket Burn strat, Witherhoard for ad clear and easier damage on the boss, or the Elemental Bows. And with that, let's get into the Strike walkthrough. Entrance of the Strike is straightforward. Take it slow, be aware of the invisible marauders rushing you and the Overload Champion. As you progress, Shanks and Vandals appear, be mindful of the slow mines they drop. At the first door, stay up on the ledge. The ads will funnel towards you. Quickly target and destroy the Overload Champion, then focus on the remaining ads. Step forward to trigger the Barrier Champion to spawn, then hide behind the rock or retreat towards the ledge. Focus the champion so you can later deal with the ads when they are vulnerable. Stasis is great for locking barriers in place. In the next room, you'll face the Warrior's Enforcer, a stasis-wielding Fallen. Avoid their stasis crystal slams. Hide behind the giant rock at the entrance or retreat further back down the tunnel if need be. Find the Overload Champion, usually on the right side, and delete them. He sometimes likes to wander and rush, so if he isn't on the right, quickly check the middle and left lane. Clear ads and be mindful of the Sniper Vandals on the far balcony. Focus the boss, once at 2/3 health, more ads and Barrier Champion will spawn. Quickly eliminate the champion so the boss and ads aren't immune. Kill the boss and remaining ads, then proceed. In the next room, you'll face another Stasis Fallen, the Technocrat's assistant. Similar ads and cadence of combat like the previous room. Just be aware of more snipers and the boss throwing dust-filled grenades at you. I recommend hiding on the right side behind the first large rock or pillar, or just hugging the right wall when you enter. Allows cover and a quicker retreat. Otherwise, there is a rock on the left side lane that provides some cover. Like before, destroy the Overload Champion, take care of the Shanks and Snipers. Be aware of the Overload, he likes to rush and jump towards you. When the boss is around 1/2 to 2/3 health, more ads and a Barrier Champion spawns. Target the champ, then boss and ads. Then continue to the jumping area. In the jumping area, take it slow. Ads spawn in waves based on where you are in the room. Shanks and Vandals will spawn when you make your way up the right path, so have someone hang back or look at the left side area to quickly take them out. Along the right side, you will find an Overload Champion. After that, more ads and an Overload Champion spawn on the floating platform. Play cover the best you can. Have someone keep an eye out for the 2 Sniper Vandals that spawn at the exit door platform. Clear the room, then continue. The plate room might seem difficult, but it can be broken down to make it safe and easy. You don't have to stand on the plate the whole time, and ads spawn at certain percentage thresholds of plate progress. So have someone stand on the plate, when enemies spawn, retreat towards the entrance near cover. Take care of the ads, then repeat until the room is drained and all the shanks are dead. Enemy types changes as you progress. You'll have the few solar heavy shanks spawn, deadly sniper vandals on the side balconies, and then exploder and tracer shanks. For the remainder of the room, progress slowly. Overload champion in the pit in front of you, and then as you make your way up towards the door, ads will jump down from above, along with numerous sniper vandals and a barrier champion. Play cover, delete the snipers, retreat if need be, then continue to the real fight. The boss room is the real challenge, but these tips should help you be aware of what's to come. The fight will be divided into 4 phases. Enter the room, destroy the ads and overload champion, then quickly make your way to the left area. This side is where you will ideally live the entire fight. Good cover and means of fighting and escaping. Move to the right side when threatened and forced to do so. Phase 1, you will have the main boss Belmont, the mini-boss Transcendent Hydra, several overload champions, and goblins. Ideally, you want to nuke the overload champion as they come out of the portal. So throw your grenades, use your heavy ammo, and if you have divinity, use it for easy destruction. Once the main boss starts coming your way, bail inside the left room. If you didn't destroy that overload, just be on the lookout for him. The mini-boss Hydra will come inside your room from the middle lane. Ignore them for now. Find the overload that should be coming mid or left and destroy them quickly. Then find the other overload if you didn't kill them at the beginning. Clear the remaining ads. Now, focus on that mini-boss Hydra. Once you are halfway through their first third of health, Vex reinforcements spawn, meaning more overloads and goblins. Quickly nuke the mini-boss's first third health to make them despawn, so you can more easily focus on the champions. Clear the champions and remaining ads. Then, what you want to do is coax the boss to coming to the left side. Just peek out and draw aggro. Once on the left side, you could just plink away with barrier weapons. If you have Wither Horde, it is great for peek shooting and tick damage. Once Belmont's first third health is gone, they'll teleport away. Phase 2. Rush outside the left side, looking at the portal. Same as the start of Phase 1, however, this time it'll be wyverns and arc harpies that come out. Throw everything you have at them. Grenades, stasis, power weapons. After you kill the wyvern, make your way inside. The second wyvern and mini-boss Hydra should be coming inside, so quickly dispatch the wyvern. Same as Phase 1, halfway through the Hydra's next health chunk will spawn more wyverns, champions, and ads. So quickly nuke the Hydra and prepare for wyverns spawning at the portal. Be careful of the barrier champions hanging out in the middle of the arena. If you can't poke out on the left side in time to see the wyvern spawn, wait for them to come to you. Place stasis turrets, grenades, pop your supers. The wyverns are the deadliest enemy in this fight. Also, wyverns have low finisher thresholds, so when they are below half health, you can finish them. With both gone, slowly pick off the 4 barrier champions you have in the middle of the arena. Take it slow, find angles, and hunt for ammo. They should all stay outside, but very rarely can wander in. When all are gone, get ready. Phase 3. Make your way to the left side portal and try to nuke the overload champion. If Belmont comes to harass you, make your way inside. Find the overloads as they come to you and watch for the Fnatic Vex. After all are dealt with, get the boss to half health, and again, more overloads and adds will spawn. If you can, keep the boss on the left side so you can funnel all the adds in the middle opening. Just be aware of the overload on the left side and the other coming up the middle. Kill everything, whittle down the boss till they are at 1/3 health, where it'll despawn. Phase 4. Left side again, spawn kill the wyvern at the left portal, then make your way inside. Watch the second wyvern and the mini-boss Hydra coming up mid. Destroy the wyvern, then destroy the mini-boss. And again, at the halfway point of the mini-boss's health segment, more adds will spawn, so quickly kill the Hydra. After that, prepare for the wyverns rushing you. Use your grenades, supers, and power weapons. After that, you just have 4 barrier champions and the boss Belmont. You have a choice. If you want platinum rewards and that juicy loot, then slowly peek and pick off the 4 barrier champions. If not, just focus the boss and you are done. General advice, just take it slow and play as a team. Everything spawns at specific intervals so you can prepare and get in position. And with that, hopefully you beat it. If you were instead trying to tackle this on master difficulty, the advice stays the same, but there are a couple extra modifiers to contend with. Hot Knife, Shanks have solar shields, and Togetherness, where your health regen is heavily reduced unless next to allies. And then a daily rotating positive-negative modifier that buffs abilities and damage at the cost of increasing incoming damage. So bring a solar weapon, Tiku is quite nice, play together, and spec into more healing capabilities. And I'll leave you to it. If you have any questions or other recommendations, leave them down below. Otherwise, if you're looking to find people interested in Destiny 2, come join our clan in Discord, Sundog Gaming. As always, I am your Commander Pika. Be kind, have fun, and I'll see you on the battlefield.